Enjoying the show? You can help others find it and enjoy it too by giving us a 5-star rating or review. If you feel like reaching out to us with a question or comment, you can send us an email at mywifetherd@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit our website at mywifethedietitian.com, as well as our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy the show. It's Rob and Sandra from My Wife the Dietitian, and this is Nutrition Nuggets.
Hey, Rob, I got a nutrition nugget for you.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Well, then.
A little fish nugget.
A little fish nugget. A little McFish.
No. Let's talk about this question from a listener about fish.
All right.
It was on our YouTube channel.
Yes, it was.
On our episode called Smash.
Yeah, from a while back. Yeah, and Smash is all about the small fish, the sardines, the mackerel, anchovies, salmon, and herring.
Say it slower.
Sardines, mackerel, anchovies, salmon, and herring.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I think it helps when people hear that.
I just like to roll it off my tongue because I know it so well. So I'm kind of showing off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to impress my wife.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Your wife, the dietitian.
Exactly. So the listener was curious whether it's okay to eat fish. Well, I guess she was referring to the fish we were talking about in that episode. So if it's okay to eat every day. And what about kids?
Right.
Is it okay for kids to eat like a bunch of fish, I guess?
I think it was, is it okay to eat it daily, a bit every day?
Yeah.
And what about kids? So, you hear the benefits of the omega-3, and fish is loaded. It's got so much nutrition with vitamin D and protein and B12 and zinc and selenium, all those great nutrients. And
you just want to gobble it up.
We also know that, what is it good for?
Oh, it's good for your brain health, heart health, eye health, skin health, sleeping. Sandra's just doing charades with me here. I don't really know this, although it sounds like I do.
Yeah, heart healthy, like it helps with lowering triglycerides and lowering blood pressure and helping with preventing blood clots.
Oh, that's a big one.
It's a blood thinner. So
Oh, it's a blood thinner?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So if someone's going in for surgery.
Sorry, what's a blood thinner? Omega-3?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So someone's going in for surgery, they should not eat fish?
If someone's going in for surgery, they're recommended to stop taking omega-3 supplements if they take them.
Oh, okay. Like lots of people do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. I didn't realize it was a blood thinner.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So that brings us to, should you have it every day or should you eat fish every day was the question.
Right.
So a lot of people I talk to don't eat fish at all. So if you're not eating fish, omega-3s are really an essential fatty acid. And we know that they're helpful for all of those systems that we just talked about, and anti-inflammatory and good for our mood and helpful for our cognitive function, to help with our memory, and also possibly reduce the risk of Alzheimer's. It's in the MIND diet. Mm-hmm. Eating fish twice a week. Eating
fish, right.
So twice a week is a recommendation. So this much salmon. So basically,
people can't see you, honey.
The size of the palm of your hand. Mm-hmm. So the thickness of the palm of your hand.
Right.
And the actual, like if you circle where your hand is there, that much fish. I mean, everybody's different in their hand size.
Yeah.
But mine is it'd be about 3 to 4 ounces.
Oh, okay.
And so twice a week is a good idea for adults to have fish twice a week. And that would give you equivalent, this much salmon that I just said is about 1,800 milligrams of omega-3.
Okay. And what you're holding up the supplement thing, how much is like one of the, like what's the daily dose that they're recommending on the
There's
supplement?
No daily recommendation
it
for
doesn't say
omega-3.
On the container there?
Oh, the container.
Yeah.
Well, the container, I mean,
I'm just curious, like,
They-
how that compares to how much fish you would eat. Like, is it equivalent, or is it way, like, you're getting way more through the supplement, probably?
No,
Oh, no?
no. So if you're going to have these supplements, you take one a day. It's 1,000 milligram soft gels.
Okay.
So it's like omega-3 made with salmon and sardines and anchovies on the ingredient list here.
Right.
And they're 1,000 milligrams.
And
so as I mentioned, the salmon is about almost 2,000.
oh, I see. Okay. So that's why you don't eat it, or you don't need to eat it as often, because it has lots, because you're saying twice a week.
That's the government recommendations. The guidelines are to include fish twice a week. We know that.
Right.
With the Mind diet, it's including it once a week. But now when people start saying, I want to have it every day, that is, it's an interesting consideration, but you think of your maybe not getting the variety in your diet if you're always having fish, just like anything.
Right.
You shouldn't have chicken every day. You shouldn't have beef every day. Like, it's just variety is the spice of life. And we want variety, diversity of different foods, and moderation. So with fish, it's really good for us. And I think a lot of the messaging is around trying to include twice a week, the fish twice a week, because a lot of people don't even get that.
Right.
But to have it every day, it would probably throw off the balance of including other protein foods.
Yeah, I was going to say, because if you're looking at it as a protein source, like maybe if you're a vegetarian, you'd still eat fish, right?
Oh, like a pescatarian. When we did an episode with Kara Harbstreet, that was all about pescatarian.
Right, right. Some vegetarians eat fish. It's vegans that don't eat fish, right? But vegetarians sometimes, I know there's so many different variations, but if fish is like your main protein, I'm guessing maybe that's what this listener's wondering is it okay to be eating that as my main protein every day? And I mean, there are other plant-based proteins that maybe are better or that you can add into the mix, right?
Yeah. I mean, of course, there's, beans.
Beans.
That's right. That's a good one. Yeah. And to get omega-3 in plant foods, you'd need the alpha-linoleic acid. So that would be coming from flaxseed, walnuts, or chia seeds. So that's a plant form of omega-3.
Right. And did you say that you would get enough omega-3 in your diet if you only ate fish twice a week?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So there you go.
That's right. And I mean, there is limits on some of the fish, like the big predatory fish. And tuna is one of those. So if people are eating tuna every day, that is probably not a good idea because the biomagnification of the heavy metals like the mercury in the fish for tuna is a good example because that's a common fish that people eat. And a little bit, once a week, or if you're pregnant or breastfeeding or a child like with a small body, there's limits on the amount of tuna and other big fish, predatory fish. And I think we talked a little bit about that in the Smash episode.
Right. And I know we did do an episode on tuna specifically. I think it was the nutrition nuggets. But
oh, that's right.
Yeah, maybe we'll add that to the show notes.
Yeah. So with children, they have, if we're looking at portion size, and I'm looking at my hand.
Right,
a
okay.
Child's hand is smaller.
Right, true.
Yeah. So, a child who's age 1 to 3, it's about 1 ounce of fish.
Okay. That makes sense. That palm of your hand rule.
Yeah, exactly.
Guideline, whatever we're calling it.
Age 4 to 7 is about 2 ounces. Age 8 to 10 is about 3 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
And then over 11, depending on the child's size and their hand size, in terms of portions, that's about 4 ounces is, preteen to teen.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Good way to think about it.
Yeah, it just kind of makes it a bit more realistic, and you don't have to get your scales out and scales out to measure the fish.
Those fish, exactly. All right. Well, that all makes sense. So I guess the bottom line is to add some more variety so that you don't have to eat fish every day. And fish is fine twice a week. Try to keep to the smaller fish. They're a good source of omega-3s and all those other things we mentioned. And it's okay for kids just, use the palm of their hand for a reference. Well, for everyone, use the palm of their hand. I mean, don't go up to them and grab their hand and say, oh, excuse me, I need to see your hand to know how much dinner to give you, but it is a good reference.
It's a good rule of thumb.
Oh, that's a good one. So there you go. Hopefully that helped answer your question and clear up any confusion around eating fish. If you want more information, check out our website. We've got lots of great articles, blog articles, media articles, all sorts of different things like that with tons of different information. We've also got a weekly newsletter you can subscribe to on our website. It's mywifethedietitian.com. If you have questions, feel free to drop us a line through email. It's mywifetherd@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Feel free to reach out to us there as well. We love hearing your comments and your feedback. It's super helpful for us. You can also rate and review the show. That's another thing that's super helpful. We really appreciate any feedback that we can get about the show. We want to make sure we're giving you guys what you want to hear. So don't be afraid to let us know through the rating and reviewing. And share with your friends too. That's another thing that's super helpful. We really appreciate it. I'm sure your friends would appreciate it as well. So that is it for this week. We will be back next week with a full episode on Monday. So in the meantime, have a fantastic week. Thanks for joining us today on My Wife the Dietitian. If you like what you heard, don't be shy. Leave us a comment or review, and be sure to share our podcast with your friends. If you'd like to hear more, hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on our social media pages for updates, episode trailers, and other odds and ends. For more info and links on what we discussed on today's episode, check the show notes. We'll be back next week with another informative and fun-filled episode.